recording again. All right, so we left off and we were about to board this mysterious, dark, hulking ship in the middle of a black ocean. So now, Daniel, you were assisting your friends up onto the ship, correct? Okay.
Yes.
One thing that I actually thought of, and I'll just say that the father thought of it because I feel like he would, is what do you guys want to do with the boat while you guys are on the ship?
Tie it off to the anchor chain if it's at all possible.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that. There's a decent amount of rope on the ship, right?
Yeah, there's enough for that. Yeah, there's maybe like 30 feet-ish, 20, 30 feet.
I'll when I'm helping Jed onto the ship, I'll have him stand on the anchor and then throw him up a rope and he'll tie it off.
Okay, yeah, that works. So yeah, now everyone is getting up, and then did you roll something to help?
We never rolled anything.
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about rolling to get onto the ship. The only note I have is when everyone is getting on, the first thing that you notice about this ship is let me make sure I got everything. I could have sworn that yep, there we go. Okay. Yeah, the first thing that you notice when you get on the ship, besides Jed, you still hear the thumping. It is coming from the ship. You can tell that without a doubt. First thing that you notice is how damp and wet everything is. The chain, when you grab the chain to climb up on board, the chain itself was like, it's hard to describe, but you almost would describe it as like soggy. You grab onto it and you pull up, and the wood beneath your feet as your boots hit the deck, instead of the sharp knock of wood, it is almost akin to the texture of like the soil outside if you were to stomp on the ground. It's
like a thump.
It's a thump.
Yeah.
It's a moist thump.
I'm a termite inspector. I've seen wood that's a moist thump. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. That's what we're talking about. It is like squishy almost.
Yeah.
The entire ship, from what you see, is like that. As all of you step on board this silent, eerie ship, you're met with a large mast in the center with huge sails that are going across. There's ropes. It looks like a ship that is in use, except for the condition of the cleanliness and the cosmetics. It's fashioned as a working ship, but the helm up at the top over there, you see it's not even like steering. It's still, but the ship does move along with steady creaking noises of the wood around you. And then you continue to hear the thumping. The thumping seems to be coming from below deck. Somewhere kind of towards the front of the ship, below deck. And Daniel, you get up, and when you get up, the first thing you notice, besides everything being wet and soggy, is the smell. It smells rancid. It smells putrid on this ship. Like it just smells like rotting flesh from the boards, that it's wafting up and meets your nose, and you gag. It's tough. But
I am going to cast detect magic. Just like 30 feet around me, I can detect magic for about 10 minutes.
Gotcha. Okay. The first thing that you're sensing when you're just searching or sensing for this, you're not getting magic, except for just like, which this is more of like how I would picture it. So if it doesn't make sense, I apologize. The only magic that you feel from it is just kind of like the essence of like nature, if that makes any sense. Just the essence of like something about nature, like it natural, like that it, as much sense as I'm making, that is what you're getting. And I know that doesn't make sense. That's kind of where it's at, though. You're like,
I can kind of see like druids draw their power from nature.
yes. That is the only thing you can really link it to, is like almost like a druidic type magic, but not like an enchantment, not like a curse or an enchantment, just like living magic, just the essence of magic. You know, something nature.
Main thing I'm looking for is any sign of necromancy.
There's not a sign of necromancy, and thank you for specifying. I should have asked, so thank you for saying that. No, you're not detecting anything like that, though. Go ahead.
I'll be looking around for, since I don't hear the tapping, the kid or any lantern on the top deck right now. Just any of the two things that help us make sure we know the kid is there.
Want to run an investigation check for me?
Hey, apparently a good roll. It's gonna be an 18.
18. You are looking around, and you make your way up towards like the front of the ship. That's just where you feel like you should go. You're looking around at the soggy algae, seaweed covered wood around you, and as you're approaching the front of the ship, you don't see the boy. You don't really hear much besides the thumping. But you actually peer over the front of the ship. You're getting a gauge for like the size of it, and you look over the front of it, and you actually see in the water, you see the floating remnants of a boat.
Oh.
The remains of a boat. However, as this makes your stomach sink, because it does, you kind of sigh in relief, but it's a very short-lived relief, because as you're looking around, you actually see just near the starboard side of the ship, near one of the walls, there is a oil lantern that is broken on the ground. So it seems that he did make it onto the ship. The boat did not make it, but it appears that he could still be alive. So that being said, the father is also looking around. He's calling, by the way. He's just, Brom, are you here? Brom. And
I'll pick up the lantern and show him, like, he's here.
I don't know if I should be relieved or worried. We have to get him off of this.
He has to be below deck. I'm not sure if any of us should stay on top or if we should all go down.
I'm not gonna lie, Detective. I was thinking it might be safe if at least one of us stay above deck. We don't know what might be down there. It can't be me, though. Whichever one of you is willing to go with me, let's go below deck and let's see what's there. Is there some kind of way we could signal if anything happens?
I'll go down with you, and I'll make sure Jed knows if anything's like, he'll hear me.
Okay. All right. So
if Jed's okay with staying on top, I realize that we didn't ask him.
Jed will nod.
Okay.
I'll just nod.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and once everyone's agreed on that, Daniel and the father, which, did I tell you the father's name? I don't think I did. His name is Jacob.
Jacob.
So you and Jacob are making your way to the what would be the captain's quarters, you know, if there was a captain, and you go back and you place your hands on the door to push it open, and your hands are once again just met with like a moist squish of soggy wood. It's like almost it's like almost malleable. It's very soft, and you both push it open. Opens up, and you're met with a staircase actually that seems to be going down and to the left, kind of spiraling downward below deck. It is very dark down there. However, you are hearing the thumping louder now than you were before. It seems to be coming from down there. Yes.
I'll tell him. Let me head down first, just in case anything tries to come at us. I feel like I can take it more than you can. Just in case we get it.
As insulted as I am, I will trust you on this. And
mainly because I'm the one with armor.
Yeah, and he goes ahead, and you hear that he does draw his sword actually, just to have it, just to have it ready. And it's just a.
I also have my shield and axe ready.
Okay, cool. So as we are, or you and Jacob are making your way just down to the stairs, before we continue with that, Jed, is there anything you above deck are wanting to see, hear, ask, anything while you're above deck as you are kind of taking this all in?
Yeah, I'm gonna set up a snare. I have that net I found.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I picked it up. I don't know if I said that. That net I found.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a snare in as many places as I can. So if at least it's physical, I want it to be snared. I'll try not to put it in the doorway where they just went down in. Gotcha. I'll try to put it in other places. Okay. I'll use that out of the net. I'll take the net apart. I know it was probably a good net, but I mean, I got to do something. Mm-hmm. And then after I do that, while I'm gonna look, like, really focus on the wood and see if there's anything I can glean from, like, really anything. Like, why is this waterlogged boat? One still floating. Oh, wait. Why is it waterlogged? Oh, I'll do an investigation check. Do I see, like, barnacles on the top, or like things that would usually be underwater growing on?
You actually, well, first go ahead and
let me roll.
Roll for me, yeah. Roll for me real quick.
I got a 16.
Like a 16?
Yeah. I got a. Sorry. Yeah, I got a 16.
Okay. You as you're analyzing everything, Jed is looking at the mast. He's looking at the floor, and looking at the fine details of the ship. Just like you said, trying to figure out, like, if this is waterlogged, how is it floating? Looking for things like that, and you do see some small barnacles on the mast. You definitely notice some on the outside of the ship towards the bottom, but you do see here and there some smaller barnacles. Like I said, there is seaweed and algae kind of a little all over the place, and you're analyzing the floorboards themselves because the pattern interests you. The grain pattern interests you. You're running your hands along the grain of the wood, right? And as you're doing it, it's obviously very slick with water and algae and stuff. But no matter, like you're applying pressure, right? And the wood, the boards of the deck, they're all connected. Like they're not separate boards. They're like all one wood, or like they're all like one piece of wood that have like the appearance of like boards, that they have like that pattern. But like your fingers are not able to like to actually physically discern any kind of um texture besides just the slickness of um like wet smooth wood all the way across.
Yeah. Can I take that almost like a fillet knife and just try to carve some of that wood off?
Yeah, you can do that. Um, you go to like, are you like stabbing it in or like shaving it or something
Well,
like that?
it's a crappy knife, but I'm just trying to like get a piece of wood chipped off. I want to see what this is. It's weird. It's all in one thing. It's either a huge tree or something. So I'm gonna try to just get a piece of wood, really, to just analyze it.
You are pressing the blade to the wood, trying to like get a shaving of it, get it between the cracks, something. And the knife being a fillet knife, it's a flexible blade. It's not sturdy,
Yeah.
it bends. Um, Even with the flexibility and the thinness of it, you're not able to wedge it in. You put the blade on and it just slides off. There's like nothing substantial for it to catch onto, like no friction point, for
Okay.
it.
Gotcha.
Rather.
I I immediately stand up,
Mhm,
look at the knife,
mhm,
throw it away,
mhm.
pull out my sword, and stab the boat.
You stab the boat.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Cutscene.
Okay.
Daniel and Jacob um, are walking down the stairs, and the rancid smell is getting stronger, and the thumping is getting louder. It's becoming louder, and you hear it, and it sounds like it's like right in front of you almost. And you see in front of you. Do you have a light source, by the way? Do you have a light source?
Dark vision.
Dark vision. Okay, so the father, Jacob, he's behind you. His hand is on your back.
Yeah.
He cannot see. It's pitch black down there. You're able to see a little bit. And in front of you, you see what looks to be a cabin door of some kind. Um, the layout of the ship is really weird. Already the captain's quarters, which normally would have been a big room, it's just a staircase down. So that's already strange. Now you're met with just one singular other door. Um, and now that you're here, you hear from behind it not just the thumping, but you hear. And Jacob hears this. Rom? Rom, is that you? Yeah, Dad, it's you. Hi. Yeah, I can see it's alive. I see it's alive. Get off. Oh. I can't understand. Brom, what?
I'll attempt to open the door.
It's up to open the door. Okay. How would you like to do that? Do you just want to grab the handle and go for it? You want to I mean, there is a handle, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
the kid's behind it, so I can't break it down. So I'll attempt to just open it normally.
okay. You reach out, you grab the handle and twist it, and the handle itself squishes in your hand. It doesn't turn. It just squishes and it's wet in your hand, and you slide your hand off of it. Yeah.
All right.
The door handle is not going to do it. You still hear what you guess to be Brom at this point. He's still behind the door, and he's still screaming. He's yelling something.
Pretty sure I've heard the most important part. So I'm gonna tell to the father. Be prepared to run for after I get your son out, to run for you and your son's life.
Understood.
I would be careful lighting a fire too if this is what I think is happening. I don't think he would appreciate it.
Can you promise that he's not going to get hurt?
I can promise I will try my best to save your son or die trying.
I'll take it. At this time, the ship lurches. It and there's a shake. Everyone's feet kind of stumble out from under them. This happens at the exact same time that Jed stabs his sword into the ship.
Okay, yes.
Making the situation a lot more worse, thanks, Jed.
You hear a bellowing
Subaru with his tail cut off, his tailpipe cut off, drives by outside your house. That's what that's.
Close. Yeah, pretty much. It's just a Subaru.
Like, bro, what the fuck? It's 2 a.m. What the hell are you doing?
When this bellowing noise happens, the entire ship vibrates just aggressively with the noise. It's like the most horrible whale noise you've ever heard. Jed, you draw your sword out of the ship, and your blade is red with blood.
It's a different type of red. Sorry.
Everyone, I would like you to roll initiative as you attempt to fight this mimic.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh my gosh, it's a mimic.
That's a legendary
Think about that,
dude.
The entire ship is a mimic, trapped within the reef, feeding off of fish, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So,
thinking it's a mimic.
let's.
Bro, as soon as so, the first thing I thought was like, oh, I just gotta talk through this thought process. I'm like, oh, Jed's thinking, well, me, but also Jed is thinking like, oh, it's gonna sink back down, and it's gonna be too late. We gotta figure out a way to like not have the ship sink down or get the kid out before it sinks. And then you were like, it's just all on board. There's no, and I was like, oh, the ship's alive. The ship's a thing. This is a thing. This isn't a freaking. And then I was like trying to scrape it off, and you're like, no, it doesn't really happen. I'm like, motherfucker.
I did.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I did after like the interaction with him. I was like, I got the same thing, but I realized my character wouldn't know. But after listening in to what I heard.
Oh, the ship is alive.
The ship is alive. Get out. The kid said that. And I heard that. I was like, oh, okay. So now my character knows this. I'm like,
that was a good muffled voice.
This is a problem.
That was good. It was good. It was through a thick, wet, musty ass door, which was also be, a skin. But like ew. Yeah. But cool.
I thought this was like a weird one of the tree people. Like something weird happened here, and it like grew into a ship for some reason. But
that would be a cool thing to use, actually. Like a tree dryad growing into a ship.
Yeah.
And like taking into the water. That'd be a cool idea. I might use that. That's good.
I might steal that from you.
Yeah, I might steal that.
Like I was. That's why I said don't avoid using fire, because I thought that's what it was. I thought it would hate fire. I probably still would, but because it's alive and doesn't want to be burned. But I didn't want to disrespect the tree people. But now
you said that, and my mind wasn't there. I was about to start just beating the shit out of the freaking deck.
Well, as soon as you said you stab it, I knew. I was like
hold. And then as soon as you said cutscene, I was like,
you're like, yeah, you did something.
Well, it was obvious.
Yeah. All right.
Well, not until we got on the ship. I will say that. Like, I'm sitting here like, yeah, ghost, dude. It's gonna be freaking something crazy. I'm so ready.
I thought it was ghost or zombie. I thought it was ghost or zombie ship at first.
That's awesome.
Like I was making sure no necromancy, no undead.
Yeah.
It was all not that.
Oh yeah. No, you definitely. You guys asked the right questions. You really did. I'll give it to you there. But so initiative. What's everybody got?
18.
18.
I got a 9.
9 and 18.
I have a +5, so that was a 4.
Okay, so let's do this. Oop, stop it. Oh yeah. That.
I will say, Doug, one of my favorite things is like you being like, and then you're gonna walk into this, and you're gonna see, and then your fish in the background's like.
Oh, yeah. This one is hella pregnant. She fat and yeah, I don't know what to do about that. She's just gonna have to have some babies and they might get eaten. I don't know. I think she took it personally that I'm doing a seafaring mission right now, so she's like, "You're talking about my people. I want to see what's up."
Dude, yeah, it was funny. You're like, and then it smells disgusting, and there's just a fish.
Yeah.
or just any throughout this whole time. You've been like talking and
fishy.
I'm like the disgusting smell of putrid fish, and my fish is like, "Hey, we don't smell that bad. We don't smell
I
that
think
bad.
I smell good."
Yeah, I showered and everything."
What is that voice?
I don't know. Okay, so let me do this. I saw this idea and I'm like, oh, that's actually that makes sense. I'm gonna try doing this. So I'm gonna send this to the slide chat, and it is simply oops, let me do this the right way. I'm sending the initiative order to the Skype chat, and so it'll give you guys time to kind of like ready any actions, or like to plan ahead and save a little time.
Oh, awesome.
So that is where we are. So with that being said, Daniel, you are first to react down in the under the deck of this living being on the ocean.
I am going to sheathe my axe and shield and go straight to my greatsword. Just stab this like hearing where the kid is, like maybe go over a little bit so I don't stab him, or maybe go right above where he is, but stab into this door and just drag my sword down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for it. Go ahead and roll damage for it because
just damage?
Yeah, I mean, like
it's
no, I guess if I wanted to, it is what I want to do. I guess that is how DMing works. No. Let's do for this first one, just for that base action, I'm gonna say don't worry about doing the first roll. Just go ahead and roll damage for it, and after that, we'll just do it normally.
Okay.
Oh, where's my pencil? Okay.
Oh, here you go. I got it. Look, I got your pencil. Woo! Here you go.
That is.
Thank you.
13 damage.
13 damage.
There are children outside my apartment screaming.
Oof. Kill them all. Okay. But you so you stab your sword in, and okay, you know what? Okay. Yeah, so I should have had you do the first roll because like that affects like how exact it goes. But anyway, you stab the sword in and you go to drag it. It does slide a little bit, but the material is like it's like the thickest blubber ever. It's like rubbery and thick, and it's very tough. So you drag your sword down just enough to get an opening through to the other side, as now blood is oozing from the door and coming down, and you hear again the of the ship around you, and you see the door itself kind of contracts to the reaction of the blade. You draw it out, and now with the hole, Brahm is, Dad, are you there? Help! And he's like reaching his hand through it, like he's trying to like claw his way out. He's panicking.
Is the hole big enough for me to like pull him through? Like
no. Like he can barely get his hand through. Like he's just trying, But no, still not big enough for that. Was there anything else you want to do in your turn? Right now, Jacob's just trying to console his son. He's like, "We're gonna get you out of here. It's gonna be okay. Just don't worry." I say don't worry, but I just looked at that timer, and my goodness, I would be a little worried.
Oh,
No
okay.
pressure, guys.
Am I able? Would the spell bless for giving it a D4 for attack rolls and something else? I don't remember.
Saving throws.
Saving throws. Would that help? If I give that to the child, would that help at all? Because I noticed you're not in the initiative.
The child's pretty helpless right now. He doesn't have any tools of any kind.
Just like to help, like give him blessing to like help him survive for just a little bit longer.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you can do that. That'll work.
I will cast bless, so it'll go on me, Jacob, and the kid.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I mean, yes, it works. So I mean, so that works. Just because I like doing stuff like this. Let's assume that your bless is a encouraging word of peace, like something to bring them peace, encouragement. What would you like to say to them to try to console them and be like, no, we're gonna get through this, you know? Or however bless is interpreted to you, I mean.
A family's love is the truest truth of them all. Just stick together. You will escape.
I like it. And with that, Jacob, he's feeling your back still. You know, it's still dark in there. But as soon as he hears his son's voice, he's working his way up there with his sword, and he's gonna start helping you out.
Actually, do I have a torch? I realize that it's not a tree thing since it bled. So
yeah, that's true. It's not a tree thing. So yeah, do you have a torch?
I have a torch. Chain motor, priest pack, like a little piece of evidence. Let me check real quick. What's inside of this?
Okay. Sorry.
I don't have a torch, but I do have candles.
You have candles?
Yep. So I'll just light one of those real quick.
Okay. All right.
Just like to give the people like that can't see light.
Yeah. And actually, as you illuminate the candle, your dark vision couldn't quite pick this up just because like you can see things in dark vision, but like some of the details and colors are lost.
Yeah,
Now that there's light in there, the door, the walls, everything around you, it's like a deep red color, like an organ. Like you're inside this creature. The floor is like a fleshy brown dark color, and there's seaweed and algae and dead rotting fish all over the floor beneath you, even some remains of what look like possibly sailors from the past on the floor below you. But now Jacob can see, and he's getting up there with his sword. So that was it for your turn? Was that your last action, or?
Yeah, I did 3 things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Above deck, Jed, you just took your sword out. It's dripping with blood, and at this time you hear a. And you turn, and the mast of the ship turns and slams down to hit you. It gets, excuse me, does a 16 hit.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Woo! So, hold on. Oh, never mind. Okay. Whew. That had me worried for a second. Okay. So as it slams down, it knocks your shoulder and your chest, and you topple back, rolling on the wet deck, and you take 5 damage.
Okay.
That is the first thing that happens. Let me double check. Yes. Everything is looking good. Cool. And that's bludgeoning damage. Just in case I needed to specify that. So yeah,
Yep.
that is the mimic. His turn, and we are to you now, Jed. Actually, and we'll say that the mass is still down and starting to work its way back up, kind of like a huge tentacle, like a thick tree trunk sized tentacle.
Okay, I will grab onto that as it's raising up, if I can.
Okay.
And then the goal isn't to get to like the top of or anything, because then he'll just throw me into the oblivion. As it's raising, I want to slide down to the base, and as I'm sliding down, I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out a giant glob of, how would you describe it? This goop stuff that might explode if you, I don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
Set it on fire.
Golly. Okay. So so how do I want to have you roll for that? Because that's a big action. So
I'm just gonna say a big dex.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Big
Um,
dex.
One thing I would say,
yeah.
He's basically grappling the mimic right now. So hypothetically, to do that, it would be a strength.
Yeah.
You guys can
Yeah.
roll otherwise. That's just my 2 cents.
The reason I don't think it is because grapple also is like to get onto. We're already on it, and it's kind of like
That's kind of what I was thinking. Only in the sense of like this creature is so big, it probably can't tell what you're trying to do. You know, it's just
I'm just trying to
resetting.
give it a hug. That's all.
Well, it's just moving. Like as far as it's concerned, it's just moving one of its appendages, and it's so big, it probably doesn't even notice you on it. You know, like for the most part, or if it does, it's you feel very small and minuscule to it.
That was a high roll.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, we can do a high dex roll. So 22.
22.
Oh, holy cow. Okay. Well, as
Yay!
okay, so here's what happens. As the tentacle mass raises up to reset itself, Jed, you leap onto it and you grapple it. Kind of looks like Steve Irwin on a crocodile. You just grab on, and your arms just make it around. As it raises up, the slickness of the material causes you to start sliding down. As you're sliding, you reach back in your pack to get the gel out. The pack, however, swings to the side and starts falling loose. You're sliding down to it, and you hit the bottom. So you are unable to get the gel out, but you're at the base now, and the bag is just next to you. It kind of fell off of your arm as you collapsed to the bottom.
Okay. The goal is to actually have an idea if you'll let it happen.
Okay, well, yeah,
I think I want to grab the gel out of the bag.
Mhm.
Grab the gel out of the bag, and then I have a dagger. Yeah, okay. And then I'll grab my dagger.
Okay.
And then I'll say that this isn't all of my propellant, my ignite. It's not all of it. It's just the giant glob that I grabbed. I have, I think, like 10 charges, but this made it like an infinite amount of charges right at the beginning, so I was never worried about charges. But yeah. This is that big glob I have because I had another one, and I'm gonna put the if it's enough, if you'll let me, I'm gonna put the dagger. I'm gonna stick it. So it'll kind of like he'll reach over, grab the glob and the knife at the same time, smack it on the side of the mast, and then stab it into the mast to to hold it steady, so it if I just stick it on the mast,
Gotcha,
it takes
okay.
it off. Like I'm trying to stick it in to where it'll stay.
Okay, so you're like using the daggers like a hand, like a grip, to like stay on.
Well, like a push pin to keep a piece of paper on something. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get it to stick the goop on the actual mast.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
So yeah, you slide to the bottom, and you were able to patch a big glob of it, kind of up on the mast. You slide down, you're at the bottom, and you see that your dagger is there encased with the gel or the paste or whatever you want to call it. And it is up there. I'd say it's probably about 25 feet ish high.
Okay.
So yeah. What else do you want to do?
That's the last thing I'll do is kind of kick away and move away from the mast a little bit.
Okay.
And then I can already go ahead and tell you for my next turn, my first action will probably be to take my Thundro out. But then I will say that I will I'll yell out, like aiming my voice towards where they went down, because the door's probably open. And I'm gonna be like, the ship's freaking alive.
Jacob will be down there. He'll be like, "You don't say so."
And then that'll be me. That's it.
Okay.
Did we actually hear him?
It was a little muffled, but yeah. The doors are open. And you heard him. It's he's a little far away, but you can hear him.
All right.
Yeah. This let's just Jed. So now it's Jacob's turn. Jacob's gonna go up to the door, and he's just gonna start whacking it with his sword, just trying to hack it open. Roll.
Remember to add a D4 to the attack roll.
Oh yes, that's true. Very, very true. Awesome. That made it work. Okay, so he will give it. He does 8 damage to it. All right. And as he's hacking away, you just hear more of the. And it's like just making these weird, like gurgling, like bassy sounds. But all right, and then Daniel, yeah, we're back to you now.
That was work. Okay. How big's the hole now with Jacob slashing?
He actually was. He's not hitting exactly where the hole is. He's kind of hacking in rage mode, like he's never been in this kind of situation before, so he's just hacking at the general area, so he's not really hitting exactly there. So the hole's a little bit bigger than it was before. It's maybe like a foot long now, but still the kid can get his arm maybe like this far out.
Yeah.
He's like, trying to like get out and reach for his dad.
Yeah. Okay. I'll push both of them aside. Try make sure the kid realizes I'm about to stab at this hole again, so he shouldn't be reaching his arm through. Like, back up. I'll make it bigger, and I'll just like try to stick my sword in there, or maybe just slash down at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
14, I think.
14.
You casted Bless on yourself.
I already did. I did.
Okay, dang.
Okay, but yes, that will work. So 14 does work. So go ahead and.
14 hits. All right, good.
Yep, 14 hits.
Minimum damage. Be 5 damage.
5 damage. So you go to basically to repeat the same thing you did before, just to make the hole bigger, and you slash in, and it kind of carves to the side a little bit. So now you have kind of a flap going on, and the creature cries out, as blood once more is gushing out, and now as the hole's bigger, more of that stench is wafting out, and you actually see more like liquid coming out. It's not even blood. It's like maybe it's like stomach acid is what it is. It splashes out and it kind of evaporates around you, and it just smells. It's putrid. It's putrid in there. And you can kind of see the face of the kid, and he's drenched in this like yellow acidic liquid, and he's just like coughing it and trying to reach through. So that was good. So that was your attack. What anything else you got while you're down there? Woo! Holy cow!
Slash at it. So I'm guessing it's not big enough yet either.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
That clock be ticking, let me tell you.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. I'll just end. Yep.
You'll end, okay. So that was you, Daniel. While you are down there, you actually hear Jacob go, "Ah!" and something pulls his leg out from under him as a strange tendril is slithering across the ground. It's like attached to the wall, and you see it coming towards you as well. It reaches up and it wraps around you and tries to like pull you down. So that will, I'm gonna say that's a grapple.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So go ahead and roll for that.
Athletics.
That would just be an opposing acrobatics or athletics.
Whichever's higher.
21.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's an opposing check, so bless won't even activate. Yeah, it's not a saving throw. That sucks. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the tendril wraps around you and just pulls you down to the ground. Yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't roll yet, so.
Oh, so sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I gotta hit myself. Oh my god.
What I need to match it to I just roll.
What's that?
Never mind. That's a 3.
Okay. So yeah.
Overall
So
6, but that's a 3.
okay. But yeah, I mean, 22. He gets you. It gets you. You are pulled down to the ground, and you're just met with a face full of this bile-like liquid that just fills your face and mouth and is rancid. You're soaked in it. It pulls you down. Let me see. Is a grapple technically like an attack?
It does take an attack roll to grapple.
Okay. So
yeah.
Mimics do have the ability to grapple as a reaction when they're first found, but I feel like we're past that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're past that. Okay, so gotcha. Yep. Okay. Yep. So I'd go ahead and roll. So I go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. I roll damage for grapple, or do I not roll for grapple?
No, grapple doesn't usually do damage. I mean, you can't. If you're the DM, you can say.
I was gonna say when he pulls you down, you do receive some damage for when you hit the ground. But a 14 doesn't hit, does it? Wait. No. That'd be 18. Sorry.
Ah, man. No, that hits.
Okay. All right. That will do 6 damage. You're pulled to the ground and slammed against the soggy, fake wood appearance of the gut under you. Jed, we are back to you, my friend.
Am I prone?
Excuse me?
Am I prone?
I was kind of thinking yes, and I kind of didn't want to say it. Yeah, I better go ahead and say yeah, because that is kind of how I. Yeah, you're fine. I hate that I do that. I'm just like, oh, because I like want you guys to like not suffer, but at the same time, I'm like, no.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's definitely what happens.
Sorry, we're out of time. I'm sorry for asking the question.
You're fine. You're fine. So Jed, we're to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh my gosh!
What?
I have heat metal as a spell, and there's a freaking knife in this
You technically also have prestidigitation that can heat the stuff.
that can just pop it. Yeah, I don't even have to shoot it. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna look up at it and be like, boom. Because prestidigitation. Just still get a little spark in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go boom.
Sheesh. All right. Well, as this is a bit of an unorthodox attack, something I'm not quite used to. Here is what I'm going
That's
to.
me.
Okay, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do for this. First of all, I'm gonna pause the timer because right now I'm taking time from you, so I'm not gonna penalize you guys from my time. Hold on.
These normal charges, are they usually like saving throws or?
What's that?
What?
You said you had other charges of this stuff before, right?
I have blown up about 7 goblins with this stuff before. Granted, they were near boxes that might have had the stuff in them, but just a little bit went pretty far.
So this has happened before, so it's true.
Yeah.
So Matthew.
Yes.
So here's what I'm gonna do, and this at this point, this is me just having fun. So
Yeah.
do you use physical dice or do you use like an app?
I have physical dice.
Okay, what's the highest number die you have? Probably D20, I'm guessing.
D20, but I also have percentile dice, so a D100.
Sure. Well, well, okay, hold on. Let me double check myself. Make sure I'm not gonna be El Stupido. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. if you allow me, I will give you the choice. I can figure out something else, but here's what I did in a past campaign for a friend when he did something a bit bigger and unexpected. I have here a D60.
Oh yeah.
I think if you're okay with it, I will roll this D60 for you. And I was debating if I want to like subtract something from it, but you know what? I think I'm just gonna have you do 1d60 for it because this is like one of those attacks that don't happen often.
Okay.
So does that sound ludicrous to everyone, or is everyone okay with that?
No, that sounds fair because like even if it rolls low, you could just be like, oh, the explosion went out and not in, or
Yeah.
and if it goes high, you can be like, oh, it hit the mark. So no, that sounds fair to me.
It sounds fair. I'm just. It could go either way, and I'm wondering if there was an alternative. I'm just very curious what that would be.
So my other thought was using the percentile dice.
That'll be the same.
But I was gonna say it like, but I would probably like do a minus something, like to modify it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we'll just do the D60.
D60, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
And because it does go all the way down to a 1, I will do this. We'll do a D60, and I will give it a plus 10, which sounds like a lot. This is a very strong creature, though, so I think.
Yeah.
So D60 with a modifier of 10. Let's see what we get. The result, 24 damage.
Okay, I'll take it.
24 damage. So you heat metal, you go boom. And the dagger heats up to a red hot, and the gel just and a chunk is blown out of the side of the mast. And you actually see on the inside of the mast, you see like a little what looks to you like almost like a rib cage inside that's been exposed but it's more akin to like the skeleton of like a snake, where you have like a spine and little ribs.
Oh yeah.
And so now those are exposed, and there's blood gushing out of it, and it trembles and writhes, and the whole mass actually kind of flops around on the ground a little bit in response to the pain, kind of writhes. So I mean that's still a good attack, you know. 24. That will then bring it to, I guess it'd be Jacob's turn next. Let me go ahead and do this.
Well, I was just making sure, because was that only one action from Jake?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna run down. I think because I'm thinking y'all are like, I think Jed's focused up top until help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I hear that, like, I'm just the next thing I'm gonna do is just be ready to keep attacking this thing and dodging it. Actually, for my last, I'd like to take. Yeah, I'll take the dodge action. So if it tries to just like smash down on me again, I think we determine. What do we determine it was? The dodge.
It gets disadvantaged.
Disadvantage. So that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that works. Works for me. Okay, so that is you. We're back to Jacob down there under the deck. And he's hacking away. Although now that he is coated in this yellow bile material, as he's hacking, his sword flies out of his hand and just slips out. And he's panicking right now. He's and he's just now he's looking through the shallow liquid on the floor for his sword in the dim light. So his attack did not do anything, unfortunately. So Daniel, we are back to you, and the timer is back going again. And
Grapple gives me disadvantage for attack rolls, doesn't it?
No, it's a normal hit. It gives the grappler gets advantage on you, but you don't take any disadvantage.
I just can't.
Yeah, you just can't go anywhere until you. So you can take one of your actions to try to break out of it.
Yeah, but I need to keep attacking this door. Can I still use half my movement to stop being prone, or is the grapple or being grappled? I'm not allowed to stand up.
I will say, in light of the massive injury that this creature just took, it had a little bit of a shock there. So yes, you are able to get out of it much easier. Because of that.
And I'll attack this door again. That'll be a 17.
Yes.
Okay.
Smite it.
Did you say spine hit?
No, he said smite it, which is what I was about to do.
Yeah.
I will use my last cantrip to not cantrip, level 1 spell. Roll 2 more d8. I don't remember. Where is it? Yep, 2 more d8s.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 18 damage.
18 damage? Okay.
My boy. Yeah.
So are you just hacking at the door pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I just grip it tightly with how I imagine smite goes is like my holy symbol just like glows a bit and just like it just slashes.
Gotcha. I like that. That's awesome. That's not right. Hold on. I did my math wrong.
Oh, I still have my. I can get 2 more spell slots back, I think.
Yes. It's the same. The number of like half your something, or I think it's like the number of half your level, or the number of your level. You can get it back.
Channel store efficiency 2 spell slots. No, it's just I can use my Okay, and I will use my paladin thing that I can only use once to gain 2 spell slots back, and that's my turn.
Awesome. Okay. Very good, very good. At this point, the
Oh,
opening.
wait, real quick. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
How's the door? How's it looking?
I was about to say, the flap is opening enough to where the kid can get his head and his shoulder through. His head and his shoulder are
But not
able
both
to
shoulders.
squeeze through.
But not both shoulders?
Do you want to try pulling them through? Do you want to try a strength check to pull them through?
Yes.
Go for it.
Everybody was birthed once. You get twice.
That's a strength check.
Yep.
That's going to be a 22.
That is excellent. As you grab onto the child's arm, you just and the kid slides out onto the ground, followed by a wave of just mashed, rotting carcasses of multiple sea creatures, and seaweed and algae just comes pouring out as this creature's gut is exposed from the inside. And now the entire room that you're in, the whole passageway, is contracting so much it's becoming smaller in there, like massively smaller.
Yeah.
The kid
if
is
I'm able, I think I've done 3 things, but if you allow me to, I want to attempt to use Thugatory to make my voice like extremely loud.
Okay.
And just yell to Jed, prepare the boat.
All right, Jed, you copy?
If I hear it, I'll hear it. He's loud as fuck. Yeah, no. I'll just say I'll hear it and I understand what needs to be done.
Did you hear and understand what he said? No, I'm asking, did you hear what he said?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, there is that. The mimic now is it's no longer concerned about keeping its meal. It is now concerned about destroying what is harming it. So as Jacob and Daniel and Brahm are making their way up the ever-tightening passageway towards the door that they entered in, the mass, as well as one of the other smaller sails, I guess you say, this sail post, I'm not sure ship terminology, they're writhing still, and the one that's not injured kind of takes the lead and starts to attack. And it goes for, let me see, it does go for Jed. Let's see.
Disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, disadvantage. So roll the exact same thing. 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
What? It's like a 5% chance of that. Well, I guess it's less than 5%. What is that?
Dude, I do it all the time. I know it's really low, but
Whoa,
2 of the same number.
That's not right. Hold on. Am I? Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, what am I doing? Sorry, I got
Thing
distracted.
happening at the same time twice.
Okay.
Would it? I hate percentile math. I don't understand it.
So you get 9 damage as you run towards the side of the ship to ready the boat. The tentacle comes out and it just whops you to the side and knocks you on your side.
gotcha.
Meaning that, Jed, we're back to you actually. So.
Is it still within 10 feet of me, like its appendage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
So it hits me, and I'm like, oh, what?
I'm just saying, I don't think it should matter. 10 feet or
Oh yeah, the ship's all
it's an
around.
AoE attack, and the entire thing's the mimic.
Yeah,
so
you're right. I can't.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I know I'm not the DM, but part of it is a strength check to see if it gets knocked 10 feet. I'm just gonna say that's stupid. That's not happening.
It wouldn't make sense here, yeah.
The creature is
and
extremely happening.
And this creature is its condition immunity is prone. It can't be knocked prone. So
yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to preface that before I did that. It's D8s. I'm gonna do it at second level. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with this. Every
It
time
still needs a saving throw to see if it takes half damage or not, though.
Wait, it needs to do what?
Matthew should say it here, I think.
I got you. I gotta start.
I don't remember the saving throw. It might be dexterity, might be strength. I don't know.
What would you be?
Oh, that's spicy.
All right, yeah, it has to take a con save and beat a 15.
Okay.
And it takes half of whatever I throw at it, which would be 3d8.
Okay. Well, it did not pass the con save.
Alrighty. That's an 8. There's 13. And a 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20 damage.
20 damage. Very good. Whew. So, as you thunder wave it, the appendage flops back in response and writhes a little bit, and the creature once again is. And you feel everyone across the whole ship. You feel again that lurch feeling, that of the whole ground moving, and everyone's stomach kind of feels jittery for a second. That kind of tingly feeling of when you're moving down in an elevator or something, and you hear the bubbling of water on the sides of the ship as you realize it is starting to submerge itself.
Okay.
So then Jacob grabs hold of Brahm and starts rushing up the stairs with him. He's not worried about fighting this thing. He is getting his son off of this ship. So by the end of his turn with his speed, he gets up the stairs and now he is out onto the main deck. He's about halfway through the main deck at the end of his turn.
Did you take into effect probably the dash action that he would have taken?
He's carrying his kid, though.
Well, I was going to say, because of his kid and the kid being so disoriented and everything else, having been in the stomach, he's too big to carry, and too small to. Yeah, he's making it harder to dash, is basically.
He's dragging his kid along.
Yes, exactly. He's really dragging.
Well, I would say is the kid would probably half his movement speed because of the carrying, but he can also take the dash action to double it again, so just
exactly
equal it out.
That's true. Sure, why not? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, he gets to the edge. They get to the edge of the ship, and they're in the process of climbing over onto the boat. We'll say that.
Oh, okay.
So Daniel, back to you, my man.
All right, yeah. How far can I make with my regular movement?
From where you are, you can make it to the edge of the ship.
All right, yeah. Where's Jed? Jed, did you prepare the boat at all, or are you?
Yeah, I forgot to say it, but the rest of my action was preparing the boat, so it's ready to go. You can jump.
All right. Second, Doug.
Yeah. So you're going ahead and hopping on.
I'm gonna real quick, I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but just lay one of my hands on the kid, just pump 10 lay on hands.
By the way, quick note, the timer just went off, so you guys made it just in time. I was getting nervous for you guys. I only paused it when I was talking. You guys were like getting down to, I think when you made your attack on its belly that last time, Daniel, I think it was like at like a minute 30 or something. And I was getting nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, but we're not out of the woods yet. So
Yeah.
So anyways, as you're saying, so you're at the edge and you're doing what?
I'm just quickly like healing the kid, like would it do anything? Oh, whatever, I don't care. Just 10. I'm not sure if it would do anything because time, stupid magic. I'm not sure if you can heal him, but just lay on hands, 10 points of healing towards him. I don't care if it wouldn't do anything, but
yeah. And Ram responds. He feels much better. You're not even sure what could have happened to him. He's been sitting in that thing's gut for at least a little while now, and probably was deprived of oxygen for a while. So yeah, so you're definitely helping him out.
I'll hop onto the boat and just like prepare to like catch them if they're like just in case something goes wrong and he can't land on the boat safely.
Gotcha. Okay. The mimic is not in a hurry to let everyone go so easy. Its tendril reaches down and just attempts to grab Brahm as he is kind of, he's kind of towards the back a little bit. And it, oopsie poopsie. Woo! But you know what? It misses at the last possible second as Brahm is tossed down to Daniel. It just, like that far, just barely misses him.
Woo!
Yeah, because it literally like just rolled perfectly for that. All right, and Jed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just kind of like, because it's crowded, but I'll try my best. I'm gonna pull my Thundro off and just fire a shot at it.
Okay, go for it.
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18.
18, and that will hit.
Awesome. And it was a D4 plus that. Ooh. Yeah, 9. 9 damage.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I'll do. As the tentacle swipes at him and goes past for the miss, I'll pull the Thundro out, like in like a fluid motion, and just be like, bam!
Yeah.
At the same tendril, just to shoot
Cool.
it. Like,
Nice.
Bad Mr. Mimic. He's a bad Mr. Mimic.
And it shrieks and writhes as it responds to the very small thing that just pierced its flesh. It's not used to that feeling at all. That brings it, and then you're in the boat, right? Is everyone in the boat? Is that what I'm hearing?
Jacob isn't. He's the other one.
Okay, that sounds right. Which Jacob's turn is next, which he will hop on the boat. So everyone is on the boat now. The ship, the mimic ship, is now its mass, like the deck is starting to go underwater. So you guys made it just before it started hitting water, and it's going under the water slowly but sure. Well, I say slowly. It's a big creature. It's actually moving quickly, but because of its size, it kind of looks slow. But it does go beneath, and you see the mast and the sails going under as well, and the creature is still like making noises under the water. But you're all in the boat still, so
I'm guessing Jacob starts like sailing away.
He does start rowing.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
Here's what I'd like to do though.
Yes.
As everyone is tired from this combat that's happened, Jacob grabs one of the oars. Would another one of you like to grab the other oar? And we're going to make it a strength challenge.
Yeah.
To get the speed up, you know. So whoever would like to do that, just let me know and go ahead and roll a strength check for it.
I think I remember Jed's not good at strength, so I will.
Okay.
Oh, I eating my words. That's a 5.
It's a high. Okay, you're very tired though. You know, you've been hacking away at this thing's gut for a while. But you and Jacob start. I mean, you're putting your backs into it. You're hauling. Meanwhile, Jed and Brahm, you are sitting near the little cabin area. Brahm's inside, and he's requested leave the door open. He's resting. He's recovering. He says, "Please leave the door open." And Jed, do you want to say anything to him, or basically, is there any dialogue that wants to or needs to happen at this time?
I'll just say, no need to worry. I'm not gonna leave you in the dark. But hey, you were right. There was something out there doing something. It wasn't a ghost, but it was something.
He just, yeah.
And then I'll say, if it's any consolation, I believed you, kid. And then I'll pat him, and I'll turn around and look at the horizon, making sure nothing, trying to keep an eye on everything.
Gotcha. As you're doing this, you are, you're keeping an eye out.
Yeah, that's really
and everyone's rowing away. You guys are going a pretty decent speed, actually. You found your tempo. You're not going the fastest, but you guys have found your tempo, and you're going at a steady speed. So finally, everyone's starting to be able to catch their breath a little bit, starting to be able to breathe a little bit, and chill out some. Jacob, while he's rowing, he turns his head over his shoulder, just, the both of you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'm trying to think. Oh gosh, what would it be? Can everyone make a dex saving throw?
15.
24.
24?
Wait, saving throw. I
Yeah,
No.
saving throw.
Oh.
6. No, wait. 17. And remember the kid and...
Yeah, 24.
Oh, actually, wait, I did take damage. Let me roll that real quick, actually. Okay, I'm good. Sorry. Bless is a concentration spell. I realized I took damage, so I wouldn't need to roll to see if I kept concentration. So Bless is still up.
Bless is still up, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
You didn't deal above 10 damage, so the DC save for me to keep Bless up was 10, and I rolled an 11. So it's a D4. They get a D4 for this saving throws. The kid and the...
Okay, cool. Awesome. The reason I had you all do that is because as you are rowing back to the land, the boat is pushed up from the back. Water splashes, and the ship comes out of the water head first, and a giant mouth of just wooden wooden board teeth open up, and you see everything on the inside. You see its tongue and its throat. The throat spiraling back into more structural shapes, very unnatural. It is right behind you guys, though, gaining on you, and it rolls an attack. It gets. See, how do I want to do this? What, 18? Okay. How do I want to do this? This could be interesting. Here's what we'll do. This particular attack is not on an individual one of you. It is on the boat itself. It is trying to sink you. And so it attacks, it passes, and with that, it does 16 damage to your boat, knocking a little chunk of the corner off with one of its wooden teeth. Teeth being an understatement, they're like 8 feet, 10 feet long. So yeah, that happens, and everyone starts freaking out and rowing faster. So there is that. And we would come to Jed. We're just going to do same initiative order. So the mimic just went. So it would be Jed, and then Jacob, and then Daniel.
All right. I toss a grenade. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
Is it still like visible?
Yeah. It's kind of just like keeping its what would be like the top of its head. Basically, like if a crocodile was swimming after you in the water, where like
Oh,
top
yeah.
of the head and mouth, yeah, that's what it's doing.
Shoot again. Got an 18 again to hit.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that'll do it.
7 damage.
7 damage. Very good. Very good. Very good. Jacob. Jacob is going to keep rowing. However, he is not going to stop rowing. He did really good for his strength check for his roll, though, so he's picking up the pace. And you guys do gain a little bit of distance, just a little bit of distance on it, but it's obviously very fast. Daniel.
I will first also do the help with the rowing.
Okay. Yeah, and then just roll strength again and tell me what you get.
12.
12. Okay. Keeping a steady pace, but you're not going faster than you were before.
Also, if I may, just real quick, like just while I'm rowing, just quickly take out my axe and just hook it at it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can listen to this axe. I just.
That is fine with me. Go ahead and do that. Would it be fair if because of the situation you're in, would it be fair to give it disadvantage?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Damn.
Nat 1. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So yeah, you chuck your axe and it just splashes into the water. I'm sorry. I'm sure that was a great axe. The creature.
It
The
was
creature
actually a throwing axe.
Sure. The creature comes back to get you again and just manages to miss you just by a little bit. It just chomps its teeth, and you feel the air like blow your hair when it clamps its teeth down, but it did miss the boat. So you guys are okay still. You see the land ahead getting closer. It is getting very close. You're almost there. We're to Daniel. Excuse me. No, we're to Jed again.
Okay. How close from the back of the. I'm at the back of the boat. We're like right there.
Yeah.
So how close is it to me?
When it made that bite,
Things like that.
when it made that giant bite just then, it was like 5 feet from the ship, from the boat.
So I could technically lash out at it.
You could. You have to get right up on the edge of the boat, but yeah.
All right, I'll do that. I'm gonna lash out at it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna what?
At 20. I lash out. So when I come through, I'm just like, because it's a my sword. I come out and I just slash it across, like it chomps down and not its nose, but the top upper part right before the deck.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit whatever that is with a nat 20, which is freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
For a hit, yeah.
I feel like it give you self-inspiration, so you like up your own damage.
Right. Well, it's D2. I already get I get to roll more damage. All right, it's a D8. All right. So a D8 plus that plus another D8. Okay. Oh, and I'm gonna. What was that from? That was a really funny TikTok. It was like I smite, and they're like, "You." Oh no, it was a barbarian casting fireball. They're like, "You can't." It's XP to level 3, I think it is. He's a YouTube channel, and he's like, "I cast firebolt," and then you're like, "You're a barbarian."
I think I saw that.
I cast fireball. They're like, "You don't know magic," and he's like, "Ah." All right, I'm sorry. That was funny.
Oh, it is.
8. All right, 8, and then 6, 9, 10, 11, 8. So 19 damage.
All right.
Yep, 19 damage.
All right. Yeah, you slash it across what would be its like nose cheek area on its face, and the blade connects very well and just cuts in into what seems like softer tissue than above. So yeah, it cuts in and it just keeps snapping at you. That was a good hit though. Jacob's gonna keep rowing. Yeah, he's doing good. Jacob's still rowing. Daniel.
All right. I'll also keep rowing. I'm out of long range options. Yeah.
While just real quick, while you are getting ready, Brahm comes out actually, and he's small, but he has helped his dad on many fishing trips. He's been at sea a lot, and he comes over and he starts helping you to row. It's not a ton of help, but it does help some. So for strength rolls for this particular thing for rowing, if you want to row, you can get advantage on that, or if you just want to leave the oar, that's fine, but he'll get disadvantage to his strength rolls.
I'll get the advantage.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, you have that. He's helping you out.
My first roll was a 3. My second roll was a 4.
Oh, jeez.
That is 7.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, Matthew. I gotta say, use your bardic inspiration.
Oh, I was gonna do that. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry. You keep using it only once, and you have like 5 of them, and I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but it's really.
No, I forget. I'm so used to playing a barbarian. I'm just like rage, kill stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. Yeah, that's right. I have something that can help out. My bad.
I can help people.
I hate doing stuff like this, but it'd just be so helpful right now.
Dude, I know. Especially when you're.
Well, Jed, did you have any actions left when you ended your?
Yeah, I have. I've not been. That's my bad. I was going to. So 2 turns before when you failed the first time, I was like, oh, I should give him a bardic inspiration, and then I got the nat 20 and forgot everything. So I'm sorry. My bad.
I mean,
Can we retcon and say that I would have given him bardic inspiration?
I'm okay with that. If because you had an action still, if you would like to, we can go ahead and say that. I'm okay with that.
We don't have to unless you think we're in danger if I fail this.
Well, no, but I was going to, and I totally forgot. Like, as soon as you said, Matt, can't you give me like bardic inspiration? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, yeah, because I was.
No,
So yeah,
I was
just
gonna
roll
say,
a d6 on that.
I genuinely just think he forgot, and if that's the case,
Oh,
I mean,
I totally believe that's what happened.
Yeah.
I saw that at 20, and I was like, yeah, I hit him, double damage, and I was
another day's work done.
So that's
Hit
that bardic inspiration turns it into a. Oh, I got confused for a second. 11.
Okay, so I mean, you and Jacob are keeping steady pace with each other, and you are once again you're creating distance, which is good. So now you're about 15 feet away from the ship. Owie, 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 owie. Good stuff. And was that still your first action?
Yeah, that's
I
basically.
was gonna say, yeah, I think that was your first action still. Do you have anything else you want to do?
Could attempt to. Let me look up. Sorry, let me quickly look something up real quick. Since we're not. I just need to look up one spell. Oh, just as a creature. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that was a yes to.
I'm going to do something else. Yeah. I'm going to actually leave the kid to rowing by himself real quick.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna get on the back of the boat, stare straight at this creature, and just yell yell the word "flee" as I cast command.
Okay. And then is that
That's gonna be a saving throw. What is my saving? That's my spell save DC. Really? The 16? Am I? Okay. That's gonna be a 13 DC.
okay? And then for what kind of roll is that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oops. And he had to get a what?
13.
He did not get a 13.
All right.
So the result of that would be, does he go with it? Is that what I'm hearing, or?
Yeah. You speak one word command to a creature you see within range. The target must succeed a Wisdom saving throw, or follow the command on its next turn.
Okay. All right. So Daniel, you, in your frustration, in your exhaustion, in your pure essence of being a protector, you let go of the oar, letting Brahm take over, and you step to the back, and you do just like you say. You stand up, you look it straight in its black eyes, and you just stand up. And even though you're physically smaller than this creature, everyone on this boat sees you as bigger than this creature just for this moment. And you say, "Flee." And this creature, it's opening his mouth. The water bubbles and splashes as it sinks under the surface, and you see it turn and slowly drift away under the water, disappearing entirely. It becomes silent once again.
I should have read the spell all the way through. Would it have understood common?
Yes, actually.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Which that's pure luck. That's pure luck. But yes, it does understand common. So yeah.
Okay,
good.
we're good.
For what it's worth, though, you do have the Orb of Tongues with you, which translates automatically within a certain radius in both directions. So like you can understand them, they can understand you type thing. but I mean, on here it says common anyway, so I don't know if that
We're good. As long as you understood commons, everything works out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's good. So yes, everyone on the boat whew, breathes a sigh of relief as the boat is rowed finally back into the channel leading to the bay, leading to the dock, where you finally step foot back on to the dock, safe, away from the water. Good job. As you step foot back on land and you start collecting yourselves again, getting everything, getting Brahm off the boat, getting Jacob off the boat, the Cobalt boat keep there wakes up. Do you still have the fluff and floof?
It's right there. A little damaged.
Okay. And he just goes back to sleep. So anyway, but Jacob approaches you guys afterwards and shakes your hands, both of you, and just he just says, thank you both so much. I can't put it into words. You've done what every father wishes they could do for their child, and you actually succeeded. So thank you. Here, and he goes through his bag that he has with him, and he hands you each the what he has to contribute. He goes, I don't have much, but please have this. And he hands you each 5 gold pieces, and has a thanks for that. He also tells you that if you so choose, that he would love to have you over for dinner, where he will serve you a full meal and even give you some provisions to take with you that will last for a bit longer than a lot of the food you have accessible. So yeah, the last thing he gives you is something you have not seen yet. It is a small square wooden token with a symbol on one side. It's a dark blue color. There's a symbol on one side, and on the other side there's a number. It's 827, and he hands this to whoever wants it. He basically just says that this is called a chit, CHIT. I'm not saying the other word. This is a chit, and these are used in this particular world for messenger birds. And he says that should you ever need to get into contact with him, should you ever need a place to rest your head for the night, or just a friendly face, you have the number that you need for, if and when you get a messenger bird, if you need to get into contact with him, this is the number and the sigil that links to him. So you have a way of contacting him if you ever need to. So you have a friend. So yeah, is there anything you guys want to discuss or do now that you're back?
I am curious. Would me or Jed know that the thing we just fought was a mimic?
That's a good question, actually. I would say that yes. I would say yes. You'll know it was a mimic, but it had the same impact as it did when you guys realized what the situation was. It was like, oh, this is a mimic. Like it did not fit the description of any mimic you've ever heard of before. Usually mimics are they're more like pests, actually. They just kind of they're just kind of in places they're not supposed to be. Usually, disguised as trunks or wardrobes or other standard day-to-day objects. So this one obviously is just had a lot more time to feed and grow, really surpassing expectation of what these creatures could be. But yeah. Anything else you guys got?
Nope.
We gotta send word to someone that we didn't solve the problem at all. It's still there.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to tell everybody about and figure out.
I
I solved the
problem?
mystery, not the problem.
Well, for what it's worth, I can tell you this, and this is out of game. This is a little meta and everything, but you actually did solve the problem. The mimic that was out there has been eating the fish. It's been out there eating the fish that have been coming in with the tide, and even though it's not dead, the particular part of the island that it was at, it's going to flee for a while. Now, will it come back? Who knows? But at least for a moment, you guys have made it clear that this particular land is protected. It has guardians. And this creature, no matter how big and mighty it is in the animal kingdom, it knows a superior foe when it comes against it. And it has rarely come against one. Today it did, though. So whether it be a permanent solution or a temporary one, for the moment being, you have helped this town. So hopefully that will bring some rest to your minds and bring you some kind of peace that you did help this town.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and by this time we'll go ahead and say it's daybreak. The sun is starting to come up over the horizon in the east. But yeah, while you're in this town, was there anything else you wanted to do or anyone you wanted to talk to?
I did actually want to give, if Jed's okay with it, Jacob, I think his name is. The deed to the stuff at Sluffs, that whatever the boat was.
The Fluff and Floof?
The Fluff and Floof. We do not need it right now, and their fishing boat was destroyed. So.
Aw, that's super nice. That was super nice of you, man.
Well, Jed's okay with it.
Yeah, of course.
I think it was my money I spent it on, but still.
I'll walk up to him and I'll be like, up to Jacob and be like, rename it.
I think I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it Ashlyn.
Kentucky.
There's my wife's name, but But once again, he says thank you, and again he is like on the verge of tears. He is so grateful to you guys for so much, and because of your service and your sacrifice, both of you get an inspiration point. So those will be linked to this particular occasion where you made a friend, you did a service, and just the immense gratitude this man showed for you. It'll stick with you. It'll stick with you. So very good job, guys. And the only question I have left before officially ending the session for tonight is what's your heading? Where to next? Because I know I kind of
the tavern to see to tell Artie where we went and what happened.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah. So I mean,
I think the biggest thing for big story wise is this is meta. We obviously know this, but I don't know if you did. Do we know that the third orb? I think we do know that the third orb is in the mountain, right? Or we don't know that.
I can't remember, to be quite honest, because I don't know if he ever told you.
The only information I got from his Mine Palace expansion, whatever, was there's a man on the mountain who was crying.
He didn't tell us that the orb was there. I think he saw that it was. I think we assumed that it's there, but I don't think we know it's there. So
I think actually our next heading is actually if I'm correct on this, we still need to head to that other city
where his family is. So my goal, look, tonight.
Bayonetta? Is that it?
He had to. I forgot he was with his girlfriend tonight and couldn't get away because of like an anniversary or something. I understand. He
Yeah.
should. I'll talk to him because I think
Mhm.
I might see him tomorrow. I'll see if I can't get him back in for our next session, and also he might be getting. Sorry, he might be getting his phone back soon. I don't know when or how or
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh,
but he should be
fingers
getting
crossed.
his phone back. So hopefully he'll be back to be able to be a part of that because I don't want to go to that town until because
Mhm.
he wants to play. He just
Yeah.
hasn't had the chance. That's fine.
Yeah,
So
If he can, then obviously we'd all love to have him. I will make it work. Like I will make
yeah,
sure when he comes in that he is included, and I will tie it in somehow.
yeah. I don't know if you're purposely like making us not go to the town because he's not here, which I personally I understand, and I'm glad you're doing it if that is the reason.
Well, in this okay, so I told Matthew when like we first got on Skype, I told him that I was going to ask you guys something, and it's more in terms of like it's it kind of has to do with like the amount of time I put into these sessions and the amount of time it's about time management basically is what it is. Because I think what I'm realizing about myself is I so like the last session that we did, like like it fizzled out and everything. Um and I had spent like a few days working on that one, and then for some reason there was just some details I couldn't get worked out. And yeah, I'm a artsy guy in New York now. But yeah, I spent like a good amount of time like working on this, and then I was just like, oh, I'm missing some details, and it just ended up not working. And this session we did tonight, I I finished writing it like an hour before we played. And that's not something I like doing. Like I don't like last minute writing it like that, but like basically what I'm getting at is like um I think I just need to start trusting myself more. Like stop overthinking it and just start like, oh, this would be a fun idea, and just you know, I think when I throw things together without too much thought, it allows me the freedom to give you guys room to like make your own additions to the story. I think when I overthink it, I put too much of my story in, and I take away opportunities for you guys. So I guess the whole point of me saying that was just like I'm going to start working on that. So hopefully going forward, yes, the story will get better and be a bit more direct. In regards to what you were saying, Ben, yeah, this because I threw this session together like very last minute, and also because the last session didn't even really end the way I wanted it to or where I wanted it to. I was kind of like, dang, what? Like, I was like, I could pick up exactly where we left off. I could do that. And it just wasn't linking. I was just missing something to like make it flow. And so I did kind of railroad a little bit, for the sake of kind of getting back on track of a plot of some kind. Um, I think it ended up okay though. I had a good time. I
Oh
think
no,
it went
I
good.
wasn't saying like I wasn't upset that
Oh yeah, I know.
like
Yeah.
like I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember how the end really went. I just know we were talking to Peter, and we just like ended session.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think we ever said we were going anywhere. If we did, but
well, no, our a long time ago, like 2 or 3 sessions ago, we were like, hey, we're heading towards this town. We can either go through the mountain or around it, and we were kind of like, through it, around it, we'll figure it out on the way. So it's kind of like heading in the direction, and every time we get to a town, there's something to do, and there always seems to be something to do, which makes sense because this place has done nothing for 100 years. Well, not true. It's pent up shit for 100 years. So
Yes.
now that people are here that are people are so used to their routine and they're like, it's been 100 years. I'm still alive. I'm just going to wake up and go fishing the same way. Oh, now something's kind of changed, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep trying to do this. Instead of trying to fix the problem, they're stuck in their ways. So it's almost like as we're coming through, it kind of makes sense that like we're kicking the door down and people are like, you're not from here. Who the hell are you? And then we're like, I think differently than you because I have hope.
well, exactly. And the thing is that opposed to you guys where you're aware of the curse and the risks that come with it, especially when it comes to like you guys and your health and everything and your safety. That's a new thing. These guys, if they've even lived the whole 100 years and haven't died, they did it because they played it safe. They avoid getting hurt. They avoid getting scratched, getting cut, getting stabbed. If there is a fight, if there's an invader, if there's a monster, lots of times they're going to turn and go the other way because it's not worth it. Not even to most of the people doing the attacking. It's like if we're going to attack, we have to really determine, is it worth that risk? And then not to mention the population of the island's gone down drastically, since the 100 years. So there's also a lot more space between places, and the societies and the communities that have made it work, they're kind of living in their own individual worlds throughout this island because that's the only way they can do it. But getting to the to like where we're going though, so I believe that Jaden said that his companions were in Reftil. Does that sound right?
Reftil.
I say it's
I
the
know
place.
I know around the map. Let me see. Is it Reftil?
I believe he said Reftil. Which, funny enough,
Reftin. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's around the same. Yeah.
Okay. Which, funny enough, whenever he said that, because I didn't tell him to say that, he just said that. But the funny thing about that is that that's literally the place that I intended for him to have connections. That was pure like
convenience.
That was pure convenience, like coincidence. Like I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, that ended up working. But the reason I didn't have you guys just like pop over there is, first of all, it's actually a really good distance away.
Yeah.
And obviously, we do our little rolls to like see how many days have passed, kind of thing. But I can tell you confidently that there will be at least 1 to 2 sessions before Reftil.
That's fine.
That's even if you go that particular path. You might want to take a different path. Something might happen. Like I said, I'm writing it kind of session by session.
Probably going to have to stop by those springs, or take a stop by Bayonetta first.
Depending on food and who's with us. Eventually, it's so easy because he snuck off. We could definitely 100% find him like a wild child in the woods when he decides to come back and be like, I've been living off of tree bark and bug poop, you know what I mean?
Like we just left him with that dwarf.
No, he was running with us, and we fell in the hole.
Oh yeah, we fell into the hole.
And then he was like, "Sorry guys, I got to go to bed." And it's like, "Yeah, see you, man. See you next time."
No. He stayed with the dwarf.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, he said that while we were still in the place, so we left him with the dwarf.
Yeah, he specifically told me.
I don't know. He was probably like, "Oh, I'll find my own way because I'm sneaky." But
yeah, no. The last thing he told me, like in character, was, I think he literally was like, does Rafton have a place where I can rest because I'm really tired? And I said, yeah, he has a little room back here. He lets you crash and read a few books. So that's the last place you guys have seen him. So he's not just lost. He's not just lost out in the wilderness. Like last time you saw him, he was in civilization.
Oh yeah, and what's important to note is he wasn't wanted by the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're like me and you. We're the ones who attacked the carnival. He didn't, so the people weren't chasing after him.
Oh dang!
It's true.
So he was safe to rest while we had to run.
Yeah, that's good observation. But okay, so going forward, so our heading is Roughdale, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not. It's a long walk. We'll probably have to
Mhm.
stop by one of the other two places, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's yeah, okay, cool. So I know where we're headed, and you guys did great on this session. I think it went really well. I
One
had a
thing I do
good
want to say, I'm glad my character got to be a detective. I was just
Me
like,
too.
like,
Me too.
it was just nice. It's just like mystery at first, what happened to the fish. I threw it at a deer. You gave me more lore about how the curse works. That was fun to know. And then the kid went missing, and then it just all went to detective mode. I was just like, okay, go here, find clue.
I'm glad you got that from that, because yeah, I definitely want to. This is part of the reason also why I am like, I feel bad that Jaden's missing it, because like little by little, like obviously some sessions are like story driven, but then like I I want sessions that particularly hone into individually, like you guys, like what your skill set is, like you know, I want to give you guys your time to shine, and like not just obviously not just once, like it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Ben, I have a session already written that I know I'm going to use with you at the front of my thought, and I'm very excited for it. It's also very ambitious for me, so I am taking my time with it, but I'm excited to use it.
Yeah. I was just it all peaked with like the end of the detectiving when I asked him when daybreak was, and
Mhm.
and you were like, you hit the nail on the head, and that's
Yes.
just where it peaked.
You got it. You got
Yeah.
it.
I was just,
But
and
awesome.
I'm also glad Jed did most of the talking to the guy, because in my character, I specifically said he's not good at communicating, like he's not good at sympathizing a lot, but he's good at what he does, which is detectiving. So with Jed doing the talking and learning all this information, while it was just
Yeah,
exactly how I imagined it would go, and it was perfect. I loved it.
for sure.
I'm
No,
very happy about this session.
I've literally, like, since the first session I played with Ben, with you joining and everything, like I love the way you guys play together. I really do. Like it's good. I like the way you guys communicate. I like the chemistry between you guys and how you guys work together to solve things. You're not just out looking just for yourself. Um, my girlfriend's group that she's in, her guys, oh man, like they're having fun, and I'm, you know, that's the main thing. Have fun.
Yeah.
As far as what I look for in plays out, like what I enjoy, I like it when people work together towards a common goal, even if they have some differences in their goals. Like her group, man, it's like it's almost like a free for all. Like everyone's doing their own thing individually, and I don't even know if I could keep up with that personally. But hey, that's just me. But no, you guys did awesome. I had a great time, and yeah, I really hope all of us can get together next session and do that. Which when would the next session be?
15th.
The 15th?
No, sorry.
Well, the
Sorry,
14th.
no, 14th.
It's
Sorry.
midnight, so it's the
Yep.
1st of October.
True. By the way, my birthday's in 6 days.
I know. I was gonna be like, "Hey, Doug, your birthday is on Saturday."
Yeah.
So
I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday, so
gotcha.
Well, Matthews is in 30 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
But I get married in 27 days.
A lot of stuff in October.
A lot of stuff in October. So actually, that's funny. So if we play on the 14th,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks out, we're gonna have to figure something out about the next session because I am gone from the 27th through the 6th of November.
Okay.
I'll be in
Okay.
Colorado from the 30th to the 6th.
Okay, so from October 30th to November 6th, you said?
Yeah, I'll be in Colorado. The 28th, I'll be getting married, so obviously I'm not gonna be able to play.
Okay.
So
let's do.
So the 14th is good for the next session, but the session after that, it's gonna be. I mean, we can do. I mean, I'm fine with like crunching like the 21st.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like a session right after.
Figure out
Now
any time in
that's
between it.
that's
I don't know.
ambitious. If you want to do like.
You said the 21st?
Yeah, but that's like the week after. So we would do the next session on the 14th, and then the
Okay.
next Saturday. If that's ambitious, we can wait the 21st to 28th, which kind of sucks. The 4th, so the 11th of November, kind of like a break. We're getting towards the holidays, so it is harder.
Yeah.
We could also,
no, absolutely.
we could change the day to get it closer.
I am very curious though. What happened to those solo things you're talking about?
I'm still working on those. And I was just
Okay.
about to say, because like one or two of them, I would say two of them, I know what I want to do with them, and I just gotta like actually get them in writing. I'm just working on one of them, but yeah, if you're gonna be out of town, I mean, we could certainly use that as like a slot to do some like one-on-ones or something like that.
Like me or the other person's name that I can't remember currently.
Jaden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sander Youngblood.
Sander Youngblood.
Yep. Yeah, I'm open to that, but I won't commit to that until I know I have the material for it. But I'll certainly let you guys know because I would like to. I want to do solo sessions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can let you know, and even if it's you know what, yeah, I'll think about it tomorrow, and I'll actually like sit down, look at my calendar, and look at like my work as well, and see like what my full calendar is. And once I know how much time I have to do some story writing and everything, I will get back to you guys.
All right.
And hopefully by next playthrough I should have something. But if not, then like by the following Saturday, I should have at least an update about like what's next, that kind of thing. So
cool.
We'll get it figured out. We ain't gonna fizzle out or nothing. But yeah, holidays coming up, and we're all on the same page with it, so it's all good. Got some exciting stuff coming up. So, all right, gents. Well, you know what? 12:38. Not too bad. Not too bad. But it's a good thing we started when we did. So, all right. Well, I had a great time. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'll see you on the next playthrough on the what was that? The 14th. The
14th.
Yeah, 14th. And if you guys have any questions leading up to them, just text or call me anytime, and we'll get it going. So.
All right, guys. See y'all.
All right. Peace out. Have a good night, everyone.